Hi, everyone. I am not sure if I'm live streaming yet. I'm trying to see this. I think I'm gonna have to text my sister and see. I'm just gonna call her. I'm just gonna call Lisa. And I'm gonna ask her to check if she can see that I'm live streaming because I don't know if this is working or not. Hi, everyone. I am not sure if I'm live streaming yet. I'm trying to see this. Zoom. Okay, I think it's working. That was so confusing trying to figure out how to go live for my first time. I'm gonna have to work out the kinks in that, but we are live, and I know there's nobody here yet, but I know if I build a mountain that people will come. So I love to teach yoga, and I'm gonna do it right here in my living room and other spaces wherever I feel like it. This is gonna be a very impromptu channel. I haven't even quite figured out what it is yet, but I just wanted to do this for a while. And if you're watching, thank you for joining me. So we're gonna roll through 45 to 60 minutes of yoga right now. I'm gonna walk you through a nice standing flow onto the floor. We're gonna bend, we're gonna twist, we're gonna invert, we're gonna strengthen and tone, and we're gonna do all the things. So make sure you have enough room to lift the leg up and back and spread your arms nice and wide. I want you to have plenty of space. I really always recommend a space heater if your house or your space is at all like chilled. It's a really great idea to take the chill off the room so that your muscles can get warm. I always kind of make these analogy of like rubber bands, you know, when they're cold, they start to crack and they're really hard to stretch, but if rubber bands are warm, they stretch and they bend, and that's how we want to get our muscles really warmed up and ready for some stretch and tone and all of that stuff. So let's get started. You can have a yoga mat or not. Sometimes I like to practice right on the hardwood floors. Today I'm using a yoga mat, and we're going to come to the front of our mats and we're going to get grounded. So press your big toes together and your heels just slightly apart, and start to feel your feet just pressing into the ground. I know your feet are already pressing into the ground, but we're just going to actively press them into the ground with all four corners of our feet. And as we're building those roots that grow down into the floor, we're going to start to lift up through the rest of our body. So start to lift up through the kneecaps, squeeze your butt. If you don't squeeze your butt, nobody else will. So squeeze your butt. Tuck your tail underneath you. I don't want to sway back or your tush sticking out. So tuck your tail underneath you. Make your chest nice and big. Drop your shoulders. Just relax them and bring your hands to heart center. Namaste. I just recently read somewhere that saying namaste or putting your hands in namaste is like cultural appropriation. Oh my God, fuck that shit. I want to put my hands in namaste when I'm doing yoga. I feel like it's honoring their tradition. Inhale your arms up. And as you're reaching up, drop your shoulders. So feel that shoulder drop with the hands reaching, and then grab your left wrist and pull your body over to the right side. So you're getting a nice long stretch on your left side. By the way, I'm sorry if you don't like cursing. I do curse sometimes. I'm not going to get out of control, but I don't really have the best filter. And reach up in the center again and grab your right wrist and pull your body over to the right. And reach. And then I want you to open up your hands And as you open them up, just twist, reach that right arm behind you as far as you can. I want you to take this right hip and pull it forward, okay? While your right arm is reaching back. So you're not twisting your whole body open here. You're twisting your spine and you're really pulling your right hip forward. Your right arm may not go back all the way. It may just kind of go right here, and that's totally fine. Big chest, inhale. Exhale, sweep the right hand all the way and back up, and then open it up to the left. And as you probably guessed, you're going to take this left hip, and as you're reaching the left hip, the left arm back, you're going to reach the left hip forward and twist. You can gaze over your left shoulder if that feels right to you, and then sweep that left arm up together, and we're going to drop it down with really soft knees. Okay, our first forward fold of the day has soft knees. Separate the feet hip distance apart. Let your upper body just pour over your lower body and interlace your hands and rock side to side. So here you're going to feel gravity just pulling everything down. If you don't like the pressure behind your ears, please try to get used to it. Please just breathe through it for a few seconds. If you need to lighten it up or you're getting lightheaded, then absolutely come up slowly and just sort of sit with your head down if the pressure and if you're getting a little swirly and lightheaded, and then try to come back to it. Ideally, we should really get used to being upside down and getting used to blood flowing into our head and behind our ears and all that pressure. It is the reversal of gravity, and we do need to do that. So roll up again, one vertebrae at a time. As you come all the way up, your hands sweep and touch and come down again. Nice soft knees again. Interlace the hands and rock side to side. Rocking side to side really just means shifting your weight from your left foot to your right foot. More so than grandfather clocking your upper body, I'd rather you just shift your weight from your left foot to your right foot. And one last time, roll it up just one vertebrae at a time, arms sweep and touch and come all the way down. Now my sister's calling me back. Wow, she's a little late. My sister always calls me at the worst times. All right, stretch your legs back here and land in your first down dog. So your heels are reaching toward the floor here. There's a lot of tweaks in a down dog, and I'm not going to give you every single one. Obviously, a down dog is you're kind of just making a triangle with your body, and the floor is the bottom side of the triangle. But there's a lot of little things you can do to make this more aligned and more beneficial for you. Number one, obviously your ankles and your heels are aiming toward the floor. If they don't touch the floor, who cares? It comes with years of practice, and it's completely irrelevant to whether or not you're actually just doing a down dog. One really important point I always like to make is the hands. They will naturally kind of roll to the outside pinky sides. So I want you to always press down actively to the base of your index finger and your thumb. So as you're doing that, it's kind of like you're twisting jars in towards one another. Like if you had two jars and you were just trying to open them up towards each other. So you're kind of doing that on the floor. And what that does to like the biomechanics of your arms, it just kind of switches everything and puts everything in alignment and activates a lot of little accessory muscles that are really important. Okay, so here I just want you to drop to your knees. Cat-cow, arch the back and round it. Really big C curves, as big as you can make them. Arch the back and round. Arch and round. Beautiful. So from the cat-cow, we're going to go into the bird dog. So extend your right arm and your left leg. Try to activate the whole back of your body. So you're just like bringing up that right hand, bringing up that right leg. But think about it coming from the shoulder and the glute, not so much the hand and the foot. So you can just lift your hand and your foot like this, right? But I want you to think about your shoulder and your glute and raising everything up from there. And then I want you to drag your elbow to your knee. Elbow to knee and extend out. Elbow to knee and extend out. Don't forget your breath. Extend it and touch. Extend it and touch. Extend it. Drop the right hand and then drop the left leg straight behind you and pull that heel back. Heel comes back and stretch through the back of the left leg. And then I want you to open up this whole pose to the side into gate pose. You can shift your foot out if you need a little more balance. But you're in a nice sort of side plank here, extending your left arm out. Think about pushing the outside of your left foot into the mat nice and strong. And try to open everything up so you're kind of in one straight plane of space. Like you're tucking your tush underneath and opening up the chest. Beautiful. And then the arm sweeps down all the way. Come back to your cat-cow. Arch the back and round it. Arch and round. And the right arm comes up, left leg comes up. Reach as far as you can. In this pose, imagine somebody's grabbing onto your right hand and somebody's grabbing onto your left foot and just pulling you in opposite directions. And activate everything, activate that spine, your full back from the shoulder and the glute, and then bring it in and touch. Extend and touch. Extend. On your own breath, inhale and exhale. And drop the right hand, left foot comes back straight behind you, and push that heel toward the back wall. Really get a nice stretch through the back of your calf and your Achilles. Did I just do this wrong? Why am I switching to this side again? Oh my gosh, you guys, we did the wrong side. Holy moly. We did the wrong side. Okay, so let's do this again. Left arm and right leg. Oh my gosh. Okay, activate everything. You know what to do here. We just did the left side twice, which was a mistake. And we're gonna do now, we're gonna do our bird dog on the other side. Gosh, I was really trying to focus. I don't usually do the same side twice. That was really weird. Okay, so we're going to we're back on track now. No worries. We're just trying to get everything balanced in our yoga class. When we do the front, we do the back. When we do the left side, we do the right side. So doing the same side twice, not the best, but it's okay. So our left glute got a little extra love. We'll do a few more on this side to make up for it. Okay, good. Now drop the left foot, drop the left hand and extend the right leg behind you. Nice stretch through the Achilles. And then open it all the way up to the side. So again, you can swivel this back foot if you need a little more balance. If you can keep it in one straight plane, you can do that too. And then open up the chest. Big open chest, deep breath. Press the outside of the right foot into the mat, nice and strong. And always make sure that this shoulder is pulling away from your ear. I don't want this crunch down here. So shoulders away from your ears. And breathe here for just a couple breaths. Squeeze your glutes, lift your knees. And sweep the right hand all the way down. And back into your down dog. Okay, now we've done both sides. No big deal. And take a stroll to the front of your mat. Give me another forward fold. And then slowly roll out one vertebrae at a time. All the way to standing and the arms come up. Drop it down, dive down nice and slow. If you need to keep the legs bent for this exactly, that's totally fine. Extend your neck and arch your back. And then extend your right leg behind you. We're just rolling into some easy sun salutations to warm up the whole body. Rise up in this crescent. Drop the arms down. Left leg comes back and meets your right. And come into a plank pose. Drop your knees. Drop your chest and drop your chin. and slither forward into your cobra here. So this is a baby cobra, not a full up dog. So your whole body's on the ground except for your chest. Your hands are underneath your shoulders and you're pulling your body up here, trying to open your chest. Nice long neck. Don't think about crunching your neck here in the back. Keep your neck nice and long. And then push back into your down dog. Then bring your right leg between your hands and drop your knee and tuck your toes. Rise all the way up and drop all the way down. Now I want you to straighten your back leg. No, bend your back leg and straighten your front leg. Bring those toes towards your nose and just spring forward. Feet together. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. And then rise all the way up to standing. Same thing on the left side. Drop it down nice and slow. Knees bent if you need. Inhale, lift and lengthen the back. Step the left leg behind you. Drop the knee, untuck the toes, and reach up, hands touch. Hands to opposite side of your feet and back into your plank. Now from here, we can do the knees, chest, and chin again, or you can lower halfway into your chaturanga. Coming down into chaturanga means your elbows are really in tight to your rib cage, and you're slowly lowering in this plank. And then slither forward into your up dog. So your thighs are off the ground this time. Squeeze your butt, tops of your toes on the floor. Bring the shoulders down, open the chest. Stretch out that core and pull back down dog. Next, bring left leg between the hands, drop the right knee and inhale up, drop it down. Now your left toes are going to come toward your nose as your right leg bends and step forward. Inhale, lift, exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way up and drop all the way down. We're going to do that again, trying to keep one breath per movement. Right leg comes back, drop the knee, inhale all the way up, exhale down. Left leg comes back, exhale down into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Right leg comes between the hands, drop the knee, rise up, drop it down. Right toes come to your nose, bend the back leg and spring forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fall. Reverse swan dive up. Swan dive down. Inhale, lift. Left leg comes behind you. Drop the knee. Rise up. Drop it down. Right leg comes back. Slowly lower, chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. Left leg comes between the hands, drop the knee, inhale, rise up. Exhale, drop it down. Left toes come in, bend the back leg and spring forward. Inhale, lift, exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way to standing. And drop it down again. Let's add on a little bit to this flow. Inhale, lift. Left, right leg comes back. Keep the knee up this time. Come to a high lunge. One breath, open to warrior two. Exhale. Inhale back to peaceful warrior. And just cartwheel it all the way down. Left leg comes back. Plank. Lower down. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Right leg comes between the hands. Keep that left knee off the floor this time. Inhale, rise up. Open up, warrior two, exhale. Inhale to peaceful warrior. And cartwheel it all the way down. Again, here, we're gonna bring those toes to our nose and step forward. So we just added a few more poses onto this sun salutation. Rise up and drop down. Let's do that on the left side. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Left leg comes back. Leg stays off the floor. Rise up. Open up, warrior two. Tip back, peaceful. And exhale it all the way down. Right leg comes back. Slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale back. Left leg comes between the hands. Come all the way up. Warrior two. Tip it back. Exhale it down. And then bring those toes in, bend the back leg, straighten the front, and step forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. And hold here for just a moment. Separate the feet hip distance apart again. Nice bend in the knees. Interlace your hands and just rock side to side. Beautiful. Stay here for just a moment. One thing I really like to do here is take my forearms and put them on the back of my head, because it gives a little extra weight and stretch through the cervical spine. And that feels quite nice to me. If it feels good to you, please be my guest. And then rise up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to roll it up slowly now, all the way to standing. Beautiful. All right, we're warmed up. Something is poking me in my pants. That didn't sound right. Whew. Let me just check and see if anybody's in my, if I have any viewers. Do I have any viewers? I don't even know how to tell, if I'm being perfectly honest. My channel. Yes, I have a live. I can see my live video there. That didn't sound right. Whew. Okay. It says there's one person watching, but I think that's me. Okay, that's fine. Let's stop for a little drink of water. Okay, we're gonna roll into our standing flow now. So press your feet into the floor again, just the same way with your, so I'm gonna change my screen here. Go over there. Let's see. Okay, big toes together, heels slightly apart, hands come to namaste. Inhale, rise up with the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. This time we're going to step both feet back. Run into your plank pose. I'm going to run through this standing flow. There's going to be a lot of chaturangas, all of which you can skip if you need to. Slowly lower. Inhale up, exhale back. So the chaturangas are always skippable. They do make the workout more cardiovascular and more strengthening, but they can be exhausting. So skip as many of them as you need to. All right, so from our down dog, we're going to lift our right leg and we're going to keep our hip dropped. I don't want you to open up your leg wide with the hips. Just want you to drop that left knee, that right knee. Gosh, I feel like there's a tag in between us. So weird. There is a tag in my pants, but like, I can't figure out what this is. It's just really scratching me. I don't want to tear my leggings. Okay, so lift that right leg up. And keep the right hip drop down nice and low. So you just got this beautiful stretch down your left leg. Now bring that knee in right to your nose. This is bonus core work. Kick it out again. Knee to your nose. Kick it out. Knee to your nose. Kick it out. And then bring it all the way in. Come into a nice low lunge, like a runner's lunge, right? Plant your left hand and raise your right. Take a big twist. Nice, big twist here. As you're taking this twist, think about keeping this right hip back. I don't want it rolling forward, just keep it back so it's in alignment, side by side to your left hip. Your right arm is reaching and you're twisting and opening your chest. And you're breathing. You are breathing. Nice. Now from here, we are going to cartwheel this all the way up into warrior two. So drop the right hand, drop the left foot so that it's perpendicular to your front foot, and sweep the left arm all the way up. Landing in warrior two. Your shoulders drop as soon as you land in your warrior two. Just drop those shoulders if there's tension or if they're just drop them. Your arms are strong but relaxed, and there's energy just coming out of them towards both walls. Warrior two is such a hard pose. It never ever seems to get easier. Tip your hand over and come back into your peaceful. Reaching, nice long stretch on your right rib cage. Your right hand and your right knee are trying to get away from each other, right? So they're both moving in opposite directions. And you sweep it all the way down. Drop. Inhale. Exhale down. Nice. Left leg rises. Just like the right leg did, we drop that left hip. Drop it down. A nice long stretch down the back of the right leg as we bend our left knee and it reaches toward our nose and kick back. When I say kick, I kind of mean press. I don't mean kick because that implies momentum, that we're just kicking and we're not. There's no momentum here. And bring this knee forward and plant it between your hands. Okay, so runner's lunge on the left side, press the right hand into the mat and raise the left. Reach towards the ceiling with that left hand. Reach, reach, reach. Your left arm's reaching toward the sky. Your right heel is reaching toward the back wall. Your chest is opening up and reaching toward the front wall. Now drop the left hand, drop the back foot, and sweep the arms up into warrior two. Sink down a little lower. Oh my God, with this scratchy thing, is my underwear? Thanks. It's no lightness. Feels like there's just something, I don't know. Okay, sink down. In your warrior two, think about your feet coming together like magnets. When you do that, it's going to activate your whole lower body. Get back, peaceful. Nice long stretch in the left rib cage, left hand, left knee reaching away from one another. It's like you have your spouse grabbing your hand going, come on with me. And then like your 2-year-old grabbing your knee going, no, I want to go over here. And then sweep it all the way down. Slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale, exhale, down dog. Nice. Right leg rises again. This time open up the hip a little bit. Open up that hip. It makes a big giant circles from your hip socket. You can leave your legs straight here. Make them to the outside and make them to the inside. Then we're going to take our knee and we're going to bring it slowly to our right elbow, like Spider-Man, and push back. Right knee, right elbow. Push back. Right knee, right elbow. Push back. And then your leg comes between your hands. Again, take that twist. Reach it. Open the chest. Right arm comes down. Left leg. Glance and open up to warrior two. Drop the shoulders. Check your alignment. Make sure your hands are floating over your feet. Nice. Just bend 2 inches deeper and tip it back into peaceful warrior. Reach with that right arm. And then we're going to sweep our right hand down as we straighten our front leg into triangle pose. So triangle pose, such a beautiful one. We can put our hand wherever it works for us, okay? And a block is a great thing to have here. If the floor seems too far away, a block will bring it closer to your hand. You won't have to bend down so far. So you can you can tense your hands on the floor. You can grab your block, your foot, your shin, your knee even. If you want to really try to elevate this pose, and progress it. You can not use anything. But I definitely like to use the floor, my fingers tented on it. Your body is in one straight plane of space and your kneecaps are just lifted, 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 lifted. Okay. Press down to the base of your big toes on both feet and pull your shoulders away from your ears. Very dynamic pose. Lots happening even though we're just still. Left arm reaches down. Pivot the hips toward the front wall and hop in that back foot just a little bit. A little more stability and not on a tightrope, okay? Your feet are not in alignment on the mat. One's outside the other. And walk your hands forward into pyramid. When in pyramid, this right hip is pulling back. Okay, it's pulling back. And you're still lifting your kneecaps. Reaching over, just walk it out as far as it's comfortable for you. But also getting out of your comfort zone. And then coming back. And your right leg is gonna come all the way back into your plank. Slowly lower. Inhale up dog, exhale down dog. Left leg rises. Nice high, you can open up your hip, you can stretch out your groin here. No pressure on your right knee though, micro bend on your right knee if it feels like it's got pressure. Make some big circles. And the opposite direction. And then your right knee bends and comes in nice and slow. See if you can touch your left elbow and press back. Left knee to left elbow and press back. Really engage your core here as you land and get into a nice strong plank and push back. Love that bonus core work. Love it. Okay, you're in your lunge. Left foot is forward. Press the right hand into the mat. Raise the left. Big twist. Open up the chest. Right heel moves to the back wall. Breathe. Squeeze your butt. When you come into a lunge, your butt kind of relaxes into it. See if you can squeeze your glutes. Drop your left hand, pivot your back foot so it's flat on the ground, and sweep it up into warrior two. Sink down. Reach the left arm. Reach the right arm, make sure they're floating over your feet. Sometimes I gaze back and my right hand is like way off my mat. So you have to bring it back over your right foot. Tip back, peaceful warrior. Move your left hand and your left knee away from each other. And then sweep it all the way into your triangle. Straighten that left leg and reach with your right arm to the sky. Now check your alignment here. Your body's in one straight plane as much as possible. Your hand is on a block or on your shin or on your foot or tented on the floor. And you're reaching and opening up your chest. In your triangle, your back is your wall. So just lean up against it. And pull your shoulders away from your ears. And breathe. On your next exhale, your right arm comes down on the other side of your foot. Shiver, shiver. I was gonna say shimmy and shift and I got shiver. So pop your right leg in and not on a tightrope with your front leg and walk your hands out into pyramid. In your pyramid, really pull your left hip back in space. Your right hip is pulling forward. Lifting up through the kneecaps, everything's activated. Awesome. And hands are flat. Right, left leg comes back. Plank pose, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, squeeze your butt. Exhale, down dog. Roll over to your left side for a nice plank.
Big side plank here, so you can stagger your feet, you can even stack them. And if you want a modification to drop this left knee for extra support, that's a nice way to get into your side plank too. So whatever way yogi's choice works for you. Just open the chest and reach as far as you can and pull your shoulders away from your ears as much as possible. And then roll to the other side, same options. Stagger your feet, use a kickstand with your right leg on this side if you need it. Shoulders pulling away from your ears, just open up, big side plank. And reach your left arm forward, push back, down dog. Raise the right leg, open up the hip, bend the knee. As you bend the knee, you'll feel some gravity pull on your right leg. Let that happen to open up this hip socket. And pull open your hip flexors on your right leg. Gently, but just let it happen. And then your right knee is going to make a big C curve all the way to your left elbow. Obliques. See if you can touch it. Open up again. Three-legged dog. Right knee to your left elbow. Push it back. Three-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow. Push it back. And then your right knee, right leg comes between the hands. Beautiful. Take a twist. Right arm to the ceiling. I wish so badly I could play music during this class. I haven't figured that out yet. I always have music on when I do yoga. Can't do that, they'll pull my video down, I guess. So you can have music. Drop the right hand. Press your foot down and cartwheel up into warrior two, sink down. You're warmer now. This pose should be a little bit more confrontable. Reach your fingers to each wall. And then tip back, peaceful warrior. Extend it out into your triangle. Beautiful. Reach your left arm to the sky. Big triangle. Reach your left arm to the front wall and plant it. Swivel your hips. Pop your foot in and walk out into your pyramid pose. From here, we're going to add on a couple more pieces to the flow. And we're going to go into twisting Trikonasana. So one nice way just to get into this pose is just to take your right hand and place it on your lower back and start to open up your chest to the right. Just start to open it up. But your left hand is still on the left side of your foot. And you're just twisting ever so gently. If you want to progress this, you can take your left hand and put it on the other side of your foot. So you're twisting even deeper. And if you want to get a little more balance going, raise your right hand to the ceiling. Continually pushing your right hip, pulling back in space, lifting up through the kneecaps, and pressing through the big toe. And breathe. So whatever variation you're in of this, maybe you are just in your pyramid with your right hand on your lower back, and that's beautiful. Inhale, exhale, drop the right hand. And let's come out of this pose the way we got into it. So back into your pyramid. Back into your triangle. Bend the knee. Come back into your warrior two. Peaceful warrior. And all the way down. Slowly lower. We're doing so many poses. So good. Left leg rises. Bend the knee, let it fall just a little bit so it opens up those hip flexors on the left side. Not too much. We're out of our comfort zone, but we're not into any kind of pain. And then your left leg is going to sweep around all the way to your right elbow and extend back. Left knee, right elbow, extend. Left knee, right elbow, extend. And drop all the way in. Okay, so take a twist. Left arm rises. You've been here before. Reach as high as you can. Open up the chest.
Left arm drops, plant the right, and sweep up warrior two. Get back, peaceful warrior. Left knee, left arm reaching away from one another. Extend it out into your triangle. Reach the right arm really high. One plane of space, your whole body, stick it in one plane. Nothing sticking out here. And then the right arm reaches toward the front wall. Swivel those hips, bring the back foot in just a little bit and walk the hands out into pyramid. As we revisit these poses over and over again, they should be getting a little bit more interesting and more to discover into your twisting Trikonasana. So, as I said, right hand can plant, and you can just twist it out gently with your left hand on your lower back. If you want to put your right hand on the other side of your foot and continue here, or extend the left arm to the sky, to the full expression of your twisting Trikonasana. Beautiful. Breathing. Drop it down. So we're going to come back into our pyramid. We're unwinding this pose piece by piece. Back into your triangle. Rise it up to your peaceful warrior. Back into your warrior two. And all the way down. Slowly lower. Up dog and down dog. Beautiful. Let's do another little side plank interlude. So roll it to your left side, side plank. Reach so high. Then from here, take your right foot and drop it behind you and push those hips up. Extend your right arm toward the front wall. Wild thing. Reach, 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 reach. Rock star, wild thing, whatever you like to call this. Just squeeze your butt, open your chest, press your hips to the floor. Your left leg is straight and your right leg is bent, okay? And then bring it all the way back down. Roll it to the other side. Big side plank. Squeeze your butt. Lift your hips up, open the chest. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Left leg drops to the outside. Right leg remains straight. And reach all the way to the front wall. Squeeze your butt. Stretch your core. Beautiful. Drop it all the way down into your down dog. I want to do a few handstand hops with you guys. It's so important to invert, like we're been inverted for who are we kidding? 30 minutes now, but we're going to go all the way inverted. So a handstand hop does not mean you hop all the way into a handstand. It just means you kick up. Okay. And I want you to switch sides because I want you to get used to hopping up on both sides. So you're going to kick up with your left lands, right comes down second, and then your left leg comes up. Did I just say that wrong? Right leg kicks up, lands first, left leg kicks up, lands first. So just play here, have a little fun. This is going to get your heart beating and you're going to be kind of out of breath. You do a few of these. And you can do them. This is going to help you practice your handstand. Strengthen your upper body, and you don't have to hop high. If you're just hopping like this, I'm totally fine with that because it's actually hard too. It's actually kind of harder than hopping all the way up, actually. So just a few more of these on your own pace. Shake up the body in a new way. You got to play with these bodies, you know, and not just in the way that most people play with bodies. Push back, down dog. Drop your knees. Come back into child's pose. Let's catch our breath for just a moment. Awesome. Okay, roll it forward all the way into your up dog. And push back, down dog.
Right leg reaches to the sky. Bring it all the way forward. And just keep walking it out into your half moon. Your right hand plants and your left arm raises. Get that left leg floating up behind you. Little micro bend in your right leg. I always like to have a micro bend in my right leg. And reach. Nice little half moon. Nothing too crazy. If you want to, you can bend your leg that's elevated and grab your foot for a little candy cane action. If you're doing this, then press that foot into your hand nice and strong. You're going to have such an incredible stretch on the front of your left thigh. So just take that in and breathe. So quadricep stretchy. Beautiful. And then let go of it nice and slow. And reach and drop it. Shift your hips. Keep that leg elevated. And give me some little pulses here. Just a lot of love for this left butt cheek. Lifting up the leg. Again, like we did in the bird dog, don't think about lifting up your leg from your foot, like just raising your foot. It's your glute. Activate that glute so intentionally is what's rising your leg. It's from your glute. Give me like about 10 more of these. Make sure your neck is long. Don't strain it by like looking up like this, like I'm doing. Just drop the head. There's no reason to strain your back of your neck. And then bend this elevated knee, this elevated leg that's kind of tired now. And tuck it right behind your standing leg and come to seated. Okay, good. So we're in a seated twist now. In case you're confused and you want to make sure you're doing this right, your left leg is on the ground and your right knee is up here. It's your right knee. Inhale the arms up nice and high. And twist it. So your left elbow comes to your right knee. Pulls it in and open your chest and twist. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Keep moving. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. And now we're going to take our right foot and we're going to bring it all the way back behind us, straight into our pigeon. So your left leg is reaching behind you. And you are just sitting on this hip. Your pigeon pose does not mean you're sitting on your right hip, okay? That's not what I want you to do. I want you to get up. Even if you need, you can even take a blanket, roll it up and stick it under this left hip so that that doesn't happen, because I want you to keep bringing your right hip forward and have an even pressure on your hips. This is not a pose where you sit on the hip of the leg that's bent. So please don't do that. If you can rest on your elbows here, absolutely do that. If you want to stay on your hands, that's a good option as well, but you really can't mess this pose up. It's kind of like slice and bake cookies. Like as soon as you get into this pose, you're just going to feel it. But I don't want you sitting on that left hip. Roll over towards your right hip. And keep everything balanced. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Reach out as far as you can. And bring it all the way up. Now your left leg is going to kick back behind you so slowly for a counter stretch. Nice and slow. And then you're going to bring that left leg between your hands. And you're going to keep walking your hands out. Let the right leg float up and extend your right arm to the sky. Here we are, half moon on the other side. Open up the chest. I want you to make that right heel that's up really, really strong. I don't just look at that floppy foot. Oh, it's so gross. Strong. It's flexed or it's pointed, or you can alternate. I kind of alternate. I like to flex it and point it, but it's not just hanging. And if you lose your balance and you fall, like I just did, and you get back up.
You want to gaze to the ceiling if that's comfortable, go ahead. And we're in this big half moon. If you want to bend your leg and grab your foot, by all means, go ahead and do that. I almost fell out of this again, because when you grab your foot, your center of gravity kind of changes and you just fall back again. So keep pressing through the big toe so that you don't roll over to that pinky side of your foot and fall back. Let go of the foot if you grabbed it. Reach out again, one breath. And drop it down. Bring that hip back down in alignment with your left. And squeeze your right butt cheek. Again, you are not just lifting up with your foot. You're squeezing your right butt cheek, and that's what's raising your leg. Where is your attention? What muscle are you focusing on? Should be your right glute right now, with a micro bend in your left knee. Very nice. A few more of these, and then of course, we're going to bend our elevated leg and tuck it right behind our standing leg and come to a seated position. Nice. Now this time we have our left knee is up, okay? Inhale the arms up. And twist. Twist, twist, twist. Inhale, open the chest, and on the exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. We are twisting our spine here. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. God, why are the cheeks of my Dracaena turning brown? Can somebody please help me? Okay, left leg reaches behind you. Pigeon on the other side. So again, we're not sitting on our right hip. Oh no, we're getting up nice and high. And if you need to put a rolled up towel underneath this hip to prevent that, please do. I don't care how far your heel is away from your groin. I don't care if you have like a right angle here with your leg or if it's in. I just don't want you sitting on your right hip. Blocks are wonderful here because it will bring the floor closer to you. So you can always rest on 2 blocks with your arms or your elbows. Just relax your head and take nice deep breaths here. Nice deep breaths. Want to reach out a little further. Okay, awesome. And slowly bring this right leg all the way up, counter stretch, reach it behind you. Beautiful. And drop it down. Down dog. Crouch like a tiger and hop right between your hands, right into a boat pose. Boat pose is modified by bending your knees, extend those arms strong in front of you, open your chest, squeeze your glutes. If you want to extend your legs, if you can, go right ahead. If you don't want to, tabletop. And if this gets too hard on your core and starts burning, please do not touch your feet to the ground, just hugging your knees. Sit up nice and high, open up the chest, pull the shoulders back. If you want to come up into your full boat, please do. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds, so you can alternate between tabletop and hugging your knees, whatever you want to do, but you cannot touch your feet to the floor. It's hot lava, right? Open up the chest. And from here, we're going to go down nice and slow, okay? Very, very nice and slow. So 1 vertebrae at a time as we come all the way down into a lying boat. If you want to put your hands behind you, go ahead. You are tucking your tail and there is no space under your lower back. You couldn't even slide 1 sheet of paper under there. If that's too hard, then raise the legs. Raise the legs as high as you need to so that this lower back is fused to the mat. You can also put your hands behind your neck. That will make this a little bit more manageable. And if it's too hard, then you bring your knees in, but you don't touch them to the floor. Okay, about 15 more seconds here.
I'm gonna support my head with my hands in a basket because I can feel it straining my neck and that's the point of that. So we're just in a hollow hold here. And then hug the knees in. Good, leave your knees in tabletop. Hands come up. Dead bug. Extend the right arm and left leg and back to neutral. Extend the left leg and right leg and left arm back to neutral. Again, as you extend your leg, you will find that your lower back tries to peel off the mat. Don't let that happen. Just don't drop your legs so far. The most important thing about doing your lower body core work is that your lower back is fused into the mat. You're sucking your belly button in. Like somebody is just pulling, like reaching up behind you and pulling it down. That's the sensation you should have. And you're just rolling through your dead bugs here. Very nice, very nice. About 10 more of these. We're gonna do some back bends right when we're done with this core, which is gonna stretch out our core and also bend our backs. Okay. Drop your feet to the floor. Raise your hips up. For your first back bend, I want you just to sort of think about opening up your abs that you just crunched and crunched and crunched. So open up those abs, stretch them out, press your hands to the mat. And you can actually kind of just like windshield wiper your knees just a little bit. And you'll feel this stretch going down your obliques on either side. Just gentle little movement here. And then press your hips up even stronger. And then drop it all the way down, hug the knees in, make some little circles. Okay, we're gonna do that bridge one more time. Drop the feet, raise the hips up. This time you can clasp your hands underneath you and start to roll your shoulder blades under your back so you can get some more elevation. I like to press my fists into the mat really nice and strong. Press my big toes into the mat because the tendency in a back bend or a bridge is that your knees will just open. There's got to be an imaginary resistance band around your knees. And that comes with pressing your big toes into the ground, squeezing your glutes. So open up your chest here and press your hips up just an inch or two higher. From here, I want you to, if you need to move your feet a little bit closer to do this, go ahead. One foot in the air. Squeeze your left glute. Oh, it's so good for your butt cheeks. Right foot is in the air and now switch. Left leg in the air. Pressing your left heel to the ceiling and your right hip is just moving up, squeezing, squeezing. And drop the foot. Unravel this back bend and bring the knees in. Make some circles to the right and to the left. And one more time, we're going to do a full back bend. If you want, you can do this bridge again. You can just go into a child's pose, or you can come into a forward fold because we're going to be stretching just a little bit before we end class. Or you can do your full wheel. So coming up through this big bridge that we just did, and then your hands coming underneath your shoulders with your fingers facing your feet, push all the way up into a full wheel. Stretch out your face in your full wheel. Oh my God, it feels so good. Just open up your mouth nice and big and make the ugliest faces you can make. I like to get up on my tippy toes in my full wheel just for a couple breaths. Just big, open as high as I can get. Couple more breaths here, really pulling my knees in toward one another. That imaginary resistance band is very, very real. Squeezing my glutes. And then one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way down. And then your knees are the last to come up and make some circles. Rolling to the right and to the left. Very nice. Okay. Let's rock it out a little bit. Just rock on that thoracic spine. The thoracic spine is just the part right in the middle. Oh my goodness, we're almost out of time. Lucky this is my own YouTube channel. I can do whatever the hell I want. Okay, let's do a forward fold before we end off. There's not much time for stretching, but you can always stretch on your own after class, okay? And we stretch a lot. Every single pose is a stretch, you know, it's all stretching and toning, but it's nice to do a few just dedicated stretching, but we just did too much strengthening. Okay, so reach your hands toward the sky, drop your shoulders, and reach forward into your forward fold. Your forward fold is always your chest to your shins. Excuse me, your chest to your shins. It's never your forehead to your knees. So reach. I don't care how far you come down. I care about the integrity of the pose. That you're sitting right on your sit bones and you're reaching out and you are really keeping the integrity of the pose. That's what I care about the most. You can press your feet down. That always feels good. Just breathe. So I have to end this class. I don't want it to run too long, but I'm going to do some more stretching at the end of it. Like maybe a straddle and a butterfly and what else? We did hips. I would say just like a straddle and a butterfly are a nice, you know, straddle opening up your legs this way and butterfly like this. And whatever else feels good, whatever other stretches you like to do. Roll your body back down. And extend your legs out in front of you. Let your knuckles, these are your knuckles, touch the floor and just let everything go. Think about where gravity is affecting your body here, all the parts of your body that are just touching the floor. Your body should have a little tingle. A nice little sensation from all the self-care you just gave it. And be sure to relax your jaw. Just let your jaw fall and let your tongue just come off the roof of your mouth and fall back. Doing that really causes your whole body to kind of melt. Beautiful, then hug your knees in. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. When you're ready, hug your knees in and roll to your right side. Then push your body up to your favorite cross-legged position. And I'm sorry if you think it's cultural appropriation, but I am going to say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here at Balancing Act, my first live yoga class. I'm going to be doing lots more. They won't all be an hour. Some will be 30 minutes. I'll do 10-minute things. I don't even know what I'm going to do, but I'm just excited to be able to create and do whatever I want here. It's super exciting to me. And I hope you join me for as much of it as you can. Peace out. Have a wonderful Saturday. There's no music, but I'm pretending. Bye.